You put the down. Welcome everybody to the Slab Lounge, hosted by the three Kwamis: Doug Hen, Kevin Bradley, and Robert Haywood. The Slab Lounge is brought to you by City Council, our animated series that's upcoming. We just had a brainstorm jam session. I'm so happy with the progress that's being made. Oh, and remember, kids, it's always important to like Lake Butte over Jelly Fields. If you like Jelly Fields, then you can rot in hell. That being said, the Slab Lounge, we have to touch up on certain things. And one of the things, I know Robert's been hankering to talk about. I honestly thought it was called the Titanic sub, not the Titan. But you know what, Robert? Go ahead. I'm just gonna unleash you, and you can just unload. Because the only thing I was gonna say is oh no, the Titan sub was destroyed, but it was full of millionaires, so their lives don't matter. Anyway, Robert, go ahead.
Okay, so several things. First of all, what the hell? I don't know why people are so obsessed with the Titanic. The Titanic has been claiming life for 2 different centuries. Let that sink in. It wasn't enough in 1912 to be like, let's get these thousands of people. No, let's get these other 5 people who want to go see where these other 1,000 people fucking die. Like, I just want to say off the bat, you would never, ever would have saw a black person on the many trips they have taken down to see this shit in that submersible. Right off the bat. Like, come on. Yeah. This is such a white fucking thing and an idiot thing. There's no black people out here like, you know what I want to do? Go 2.5 miles underneath the ocean to see a failed ship. I don't see anyone out there in a boat trying to fucking find the plane that Amelia Earhart got lost. Like, what happened with that? The second point is that this sub was never approved. Never approved. The CEO was such a fucking stubborn hard ass. When people kept talking to him about being approved, he just dismissed it like it's nothing. So I had no sympathy. I'm like, good, this nigga should have died on this fucking ship. He was down there. It would have been worse if he would have sent these people out here to die. The worst part is the 19-year-old who died on there, who didn't even fucking want to go. He just wanted to go because he wanted to spend some time with his father because he's a billionaire and they have no time for their kids because they're out here stepping on other people's throats. So, you know, and it's funny because they had a story out of the other father-son duo who was supposed to be there, but the son said, hey, this shit is not okay. And the father listened to him. Meanwhile, Suna Dad or Sua Wood, the ones that did it, his son said, I'm not sure about this. His dad basically said, stop being a pussy. Yeah. And he got out that shit and they died. Let that lesson sink in for you. And first of all, we spent 5 days thinking like they're running out of breath. How the fuck even if they can rescue them because of their design, they can't even open it up from the inside. Like, and this shit imploded 1.5 hours into the fucking journey. How much money did we waste on this shit? How many inner kids could we have picked up that they show those fucking sad ass commercials of picking up black kids in the streets? Yeah. Could we have funded off of not searching for this dumbass submersible made out of carbon fiber? Carbon fiber at that depth. Come the fuck on. Like, seriously, everyone had issues with it. I think the best thing was someone was talking about, at what point do you decide to kill someone off to get more oxygen? Before we knew they imploded, they had 4 days of oxygen. Me, personally, after that first day shit went down, someone needed to go. That would have given us another 2 or 3 more days of oxygen for them to find us. If it didn't implode it, if it was the first scenario we were thinking. I mean, right?
I mean,
you
that's
kill
valid.
everyone. Because, I mean, look at what's happening with the yellow jackets on Paramount Plus. that American soccer team that got lost in Canada, they killed and ate some people. Like Donner Party meets the Lost Boys or Lost Island. That book that fucking they're on a fly and they had the pig and all that shit.
Yeah,
and they basically ate people, and they gave them a fucking show, right? Like, I'm killing everyone on that shit, surviving, going to Oprah, crying my eyes out, making a fucking movie with Tom Hanks. Like, that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm gonna be a goddamn hero when this shit runs out.
What the fuck?
Survive the ghetto shit. No,
he's not wrong.
All I'm saying is that this was such a dumb plan. There was bad PR from the beginning. You had that migrant ship with 700 people dying in the Mediterranean that no one gave a fuck about, and we're all here sending out Canadian Coast Guards, American Coast Guard, British Coast Guards, all to find this dumbass 5 billionaires. What the fuck?
Yeah, no.
It was a Titanic mistake to go out there, and it was a Titanic fuck up to not get certified.
I'm just like one thing that I was like weirded out on my Google News feed. They were just all like, "Oh, James Cameron, will you weigh in on this situation?" Like, the fuck are you asking him for?
Even the internet as a whole had that reaction when it's like, what? Why of all people?
With James Cameron, because he actually went down there, but just because he went down there doesn't mean he can build a
one
sub.
situation. This one situation, he is valid as the source because he's done it. But why over anybody else would you go out of your way to pick him specifically? Not researchers? Not a person who's, maybe been studying how to get down to the Titanic other than this guy, but by regular method? You went to James Cameron.
I feel like James Cameron would only be useful for him telling the experience of what's it like being underneath there, but he's not an engineer. He has no idea how to build this shit or to save them, so there's no point of this. Like, this would be a great for the documentary series that Netflix clearly started shooting before this shit even submerged, because they are about to watch that shit next week. Like,
yeah, no, they were ready.
They were ready. Like, they had
the moment that it disappeared, they were just like, "Yep, get them rights under wrap."
They had if you look at it, they have so many interviews already in the can, so they already knew this shit was just a matter of time. They were just waiting.
No. Wait.
Yes. They were waiting for sure. There's no way you can shoot a documentary and have it be released. They were already saying it's going to be released before they even knew that it imploded. Like, well, the Coast Guard already knew. Before us regular people knew it imploded, they were already saying this documentary is going to be released.
No, I was
right?
I was thinking about I was weirded out by something else, because I literally, like, on my Google News feed it was like Quincy Jones hoax. Like, what? Whatever.
Wait, Quincy Jones Quincy Jones has been running his mouth for a while. You can't listen to what Quincy Jones is saying. What is Rashida Jones saying?
Well, either way, like, I heard about, so the documentary. Who the fuck was doing that again? Was it
it was like BBC. I think it's BBC on Netflix or whatever. They're going to release a documentary about this shit. I'm like, how the fuck do you already have this shit, all the interviews and everything edited that you can say you're going to release it before they even knew they were dead, presumably?
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Like, why would you? You know what? No, I'm not even. I'm going to drop this topic right now, because if you think that was infuriating, no. Here's something else that I found out that was just as infuriating. I found this out last night. So let me set the scene for you. Saturday night, I'm all like, all right, I don't feel like going out. I'll just scroll through my YouTube feed, and it's just all like, oh, did you like the granola and Moro arcs of Dragonball Super? Well, Toei Animation's still not gonna animate them, like like the Super sequel. He won't. Toei Animation's still not gonna do like the Moro or granola arc, so you won't be able to see Ultra Ego Vegeta,
Ultra
Frieza
Ego.
Black, or any of those new developing characters.
Oh,
I'm like,
Frieza Black is kicks
What?
ass,
They're
man.
stopgapping Frieza Black?
dude,
Yeah, they
wait,
have Frieza-
I didn't even know Cooler was. Did you guys know that Cooler is officially canon?
No, Cooler was.
I remember hearing that he crept into it.
Yeah, no, he's officially
I don't remember
canon.
what happened that made
No, he's
it.
officially canon. Frieza
No,
revived
Cooler-
him. Frieza revives him, and then like he gets him hooked on drugs. I'm not
Wait,
making that up.
wait, which Cooler
To
is he
be fair-
reviving? The Revenge of
to be
Cooler
fair-
or Cooler?
Revenge of Cooler.
To be fair, Cooler has treated Frieza like shit for a long time. So yeah, if I'm gonna revive the brother that treated me like shit, yeah, he's not gonna just be perfect. I'm gonna cause some issues. You know, evil emperor. You're not just gonna bring him back and be like, oh, it's cool. I just want my brother back. No, if you want that, you could have got your dad back and gave him actual immortality.
Yeah, I
like,
never really got King Cole. King Cole seems so fucking weak. Like I felt like Guido could have beat him.
Everything
Right?
about him is hyped lore, but at the same time, it's somewhat true because he clearly existed to rule all this stuff to get Frieza here. But then you see everybody like Krillin could check him.
Dude, y'all talking-
Krillin's-
Like,
y'all
Krillin
think
ain't
we've been
weak,
over this. We
but
have been
Krillin is
over
in
this.
the lower tier and he could check him.
Hey, we have been over this. Krillin is untouchable. Krillin is untouchable. He got more done in Dragon Ball Super superheroes than Gohan did. And Gohan was the one that killed Cell Max. Couldn't even do it without Piccolo's help.
Well, Krillin is the strongest human, or the strongest Earthling, technically.
Yes,
Yeah,
he is.
I guess that gets interchanged a lot of times because it's like if you call it Earthling, then it puts a weird situation because it's like Goku is a Saiyan, but he's technically on Earth, so he's an Earthling.
You want to know
But
how
if you go human, then it's Krillin.
You want to know how bad? You want to know how? Because I'm pretty sure you two don't know this. In the I think it was in the Moro arc. Yes, no, it is in the Moro arc. I know that because I was all like, I want to know what's going on with Dragon Ball now because I haven't seen any new Dragon Ball. Not only not only do the Earthlings fight, Yamcha goes back to long-haired Yamcha and uses his wolf fang fucking fist. He went back to being useful again.
I remember seeing some. I was watching a video on somebody talking about stuff, and they brought it up, and I saw that picture, and I was like, "Wait, what? What?"
Yes, Yamcha became useful again instead of just being Yamcha. Don't worry. I mean, like you. I don't think Chaozu was involved, but then again, fuck Chaozu.
Oh, thank God. Oh,
Right.
oh,
Well, you know
that
what?
could destroy my life.
The weird thing about
Ten
Dragon Ball.
Shinhan was still doing Ten Shinhan stuff. I mean, this was apparently before Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan. So take from that what you will. But but it's Piccolo. You know he was getting things done.
Yeah.
It's Piccolo. It's Piccolo.
And I have faith in most of them. They keep themselves occupied and trained, except for Gohan, until it's forced.
Yeah, Tien kept it
The
up.
plot has to force him to do shit.
Tien only had to worry about from distractions from launch, right? That's the only one he had to worry about. Why?
Yeah,
Other
that's
than that-
that's really the only thing, because all the rest, he has his dojo now. He does his training. He's got his own thing. He's good with life. He really shows up when it's just like, oh, the planet is being threatened. But otherwise, he technically doesn't hang with everybody anymore. He has his life.
Yes.
So I've never had an issue with Tien on that. But then when they throw him in there, they're like, hey, what move does Tien do? Tri-beam. Let's just only do that move. Just that move. Maybe multiform. But try. And it's like, he has other things. He is trained. He has Crane style.
Yep.
You let Roshi do shit. Let Tien.
And
I think that he does.
I will sell.
I think
I will. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm
Robert.
just saying, like for the tri-beam, they could update it. Well, keep it as a tri-beam. So when he normally does a tri-beam, he puts his hands up and makes a triangle, and he uses his three eyes, right? So what if, like his approved version, each of his hands and his foreheads can shoot out a beam, like 3 beams, and it forms a triangle, and that's the stronger tri-beam. So it's still a tri-beam.
Yeah,
But it's progressive.
I can see that
It's
too.
aggressive. and you can buy it, right? You could buy that. Oh, it's more powerful because he could do 3 tri-beams. It's almost like a 9-beam.
Yeah, because in the old way, the only way you got it out of him was if he multi-formed and then tried to do it. But usually it didn't work whenever that went because you're already dividing power. So, and the tri-beam, the way it works is like it feeds off your life force, so you can't just max blast all the time. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's his move is specific and it's powerful, but it's like they never let him use it strategically. It's just blast tri-beam at him. And it's like, no, it's like the one time it made sense, which is what broke everybody's mind, was when he used it on Cell and kept him in check.
Yeah,
because it made sense. Because it was like, why can he do this? And it's like, it feeds off his life force. So as long as he's pulling like Vegeta-level confidence about himself and forcing his will, he can fuck you up with Tri-Beam.
Yes, he can.
And you know, in the future, because he's been training to get stronger, maybe he can do more than 2 other after images. So there's more than 3 of them. Maybe he can do 9 of them, and it's more powerful when he does a tri-beam. Or maybe he's doing like Naruto Shadow Jutsu. Like, here's 100 of us.
I figure, because even at the tournament, he did the 4. But the 4 didn't seem like they were just ridiculously weak, technically. So I feel like he can do more than 4. He just wouldn't, because then he wouldn't really... It would have to be like a brawl for him to do more than 4. Because he wouldn't have to throw ki then, and it wouldn't be as much of an issue. But if it's like you're trying to fight like Frieza, you don't want to make 8 of you, and then you don't have enough ki for the 8 of you to even shoot 1 blast.
Yeah, but if it's all being concentrated, so like say if he's fighting and he's not fighting alone, and he's fighting support, and someone can be like, maybe a Chaozu, like go out and sacrifice yourselves and keep them still, and now I want to get 10 of us split. I
always secretly in my mind, but that's just because I'm a big Yu Yu Hakusho fan, I always expected that eye to become the Jagan.
Yeah.
I always expected that to become some type of evil eye, because it was always there, it was movable, it looked at I expected some technique all the time to come out that's similar to that, because it was sitting right there.
I gotta admit,
like
though,
if he could have did that, or get him to do like a Medusa type effect where he could paralyze someone, that would have been so great. He should have worked on that, and that would have made sense of how long he actually meditates and concentrates himself, that he could have developed that technique.
That's why I said, like, TN technically could have so much more, but everything just shoves him off. Well, more than
like Solar Flare.
The manga does include him in things, and he's there. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. But the anime kind of just goes, oh yeah, we're missing a Z-member team. Where's Tien? Throw him in here.
Dude,
well, I think
that's how they treat him most of the time.
Yeah, it's kind of it is a shame, but I'll tell you. Oh God.
I just think that technique should have been used more, because, like, just like the Solar Flare, I think Solar Flare is such an underrated technique. It's one of my favorite Dragon Ball Z techniques that they kind of went away from ever since after the Namek saga.
Yeah, because androids. I get why they didn't do it to androids. You're not solar flaring a robot. That's not good. But after androids, they could have went back to it.
But it's such an Iba move, Solar Flare. Like, if they would have had Solar Flare when Raditz showed up, that would have been super easy. Goku probably wouldn't have died.
No, he still would have died. He still would have died.
He would have died, but he probably would have gotten a few more blows in on Raditz just from Solar Flare.
I don't think he would have had to die, because they could have Solar Flare. He could have hold Raditz for a bit.
True. He could have Solar Flared him just in that moment when Piccolo was going to release the attack.
Yeah.
And Raditz would have known.
Yeah,
okay.
Goku
could have moved.
Goku would never got Kaioken. Goku would never got Kaioken, went your snake away, and got stronger for Vegeta and Nappa. That's the problem.
Oh my God, then that would mean Vegeta's gonna be the protagonist.
Yes.
Because if he didn't go and do all that shit and doesn't get the move, Vegeta's gonna kick his ass. But he's probably still gonna keep Bulma.
Guys,
well, it's just like how people didn't want Gohan.
Do you seriously believe that after, like, let's say Goku survives and all that, you think Piccolo would have just you think Piccolo just wouldn't do another special beam cannon? He would have killed Goku like that. because it's Piccolo. He's too awesome. Yeah, he has to kill.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, either way, Goku probably still would have died. But if he didn't, Vegeta still would have beat him up. And I'm not worried about Piccolo, because Vegeta probably been like, do you just want your own sector to rule? And Piccolo, at that time in canon, would probably be like, yeah, that's cool. Because at that time, Piccolo was still newly good. You could tempt Piccolo.
No,
give him a few things.
No. Well, here's the thing. Because Goku died, Piccolo raised Gohan, and he had a soft spot for Gohan.
Yeah, if he never did that,
sacrifice Gohan.
If he never did that, he would have stayed the true Piccolo he was when he hatched.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
We'd still be having bouts between Goku and Piccolo just because Piccolo would show up and be like, fuck your house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, maybe not directly. Chi-Chi still exists, so...
that is true. Regardless. Piccolo is
Majin Jr. would have made a Majin Jr. with Chi-Chi. Majin Jr.
But that would be weird, because he's still the one that's going to be pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because he's just an egg thing. Well, he's like a seahorse.
You know what I just
realized? It would be very awkward.
You know what I just realized, though? Piccolo's the only person that killed Goku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Officially.
Technically, Vegeta did, right?
Well, I mean, Vegeta beat him to the point of it, but he didn't really die.
Because he was already dead. He couldn't die. But if he was alive, Majin Vegeta would have killed Goku, but Goku was already dead on a day path.
That's why I was like, technically, that's the caveat. That's the
technical.
But but to that same argument, Goku could have just went Super Saiyan 3, checked Vegeta, and then pieced back out. But
that's true.
That is true. Yeah.
But then you wouldn't have the cool box.
That's literally would have resolved everything if he just said, well, fuck it, I gotta solve this. Bam, knocked him down, went over to the ship, solved it, and then went, well, I'm out of time because I used too much energy, but I'll tell you about it from the other world, and then go the fuck back. Mm-hmm. The whole arc would have been done. Mm-hmm. I'm just moving out now.
You know what I'm kind of fucked up about is that, well, speaking of that same term, is why the hell did Goku and Vegeta spend so much time fighting Goku Rose or Goku Black when at the end they just used Xeno to wipe everything out? They could have did that in the beginning and stopped so many.
Goku and Vegeta, Robert. They're Saiyans. They love fighting. Why do you think they don't fuse anymore? They only fuse.
On top of that, Goku is not as intelligent to immediately think I could just call the guy who could obliterate him. That might be a Vegeta move, but Vegeta doesn't have access, and he's not about to ask Goku to do something for him.
Oh no! Oh, that and Vegeta respects the chain of command. You saw when Beerus came on that boat, how he was acting until Beerus took it too far with Bulma, and didn't care. But everyone else was just like, "Oh, who the hell is this nigga?" And Vegeta's not gonna hold sweaty.
Vegeta's gotten to be wild lately because he's been on top tier, but he still, in the past, was a soldier. You realize when that person's bigger power level, you go, "Okay, I'm gonna fall in line. It's cool." It's cool.
And even then, man, like, when Vegeta, like, after I found out what Ultra Ego is all about, and I'm like, dude, Vegeta, that is all you. You rock that hard.
Yeah.
And even then,
it's built for him. Specifically. Mm-hmm. It works. And it gives playing to what Beer says, where it's like, you could be a good god of destruction, because he could be at that par if they wrote him to not catch L's.
Originally they wanted Goku as God of Destruction, but Goku makes a better angel like Whis.
Well, I think that's what they were gearing towards in the manga.
In essence, what they're implying, because Goku's better at Ultra Instinct, which is more the angel's tech.
Well, okay.
Yeah, and then also they reinforced it with having Vegeta beat Toppo, who became a God of Destruction during the Tournament of Power. Mm-hmm. It was like a foil.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's almost foreshadowing.
It is important that I put a spoiler clause here, and I'll probably timestamp where you can skip because I will talk about what
stuff.
the manga as well, because here's what went down with Frieza Black, and I don't know, and again, Toei Animation just will not do anything about that, which sucks. So Frieza Black shows up, goes to Beerus's place. He wants to be the new Frieza wanted to be the new God of Destruction. He drugs Beerus, but like Beerus just kicks the shit out of Frieza Black. So Frieza retreats, goes to Cooler, and Cooler becomes and like he melds Cooler to essentially kind of be Sage Mode, but he's only in Sage Mode when he's on drugs. In the end, though, Frieza Black takes out one of Beerus's arms, and Beerus like kind of imprisons both Cooler and Frieza, but like the top gods and Kai's were just all like, yeah, no, you can't regenerate your arm, Beerus, because you were too arrogant. So he looks at Vegeta's all like, man, he better be fucking stronger when Frieza comes if Frieza Black comes back, because like again, like the way it's gearing up is like Beerus wants Vegeta to be a god of destruction, and Whis has been training Goku because he wants to like. He's been told that he has to master, like there is no tier with Ultra Instinct. There is only Ultra Instinct, and you have to master it your own way. You can't copy my ability. So at the end, like Goku goes up to Vegeta, is all like, "Hey, let's wish our tails back." So I'm like, wait, and that's where the whole arc ends with Frieza Black, because like I'm like, whoa, wait. Are they gonna really get the Super Saiyan 4 thing?
Are they gonna retcon Super Saiyan 4? Because
I heard rumored that there was gonna be Super Saiyan 4 creeping in.
They
were gonna be bringing to the canon, but I hadn't heard how. Because they weren't gonna bring GT officially.
Well, yeah,
I had been hearing whispers of the fact that they were gonna work a way to get it in because people still like that form. Just
we
not
love
everything
that
else
form.
Around that form.
Yeah, because again, while Toriyama-san said GT would have never have happened, it's nice that he kind of sort of acknowledges it, sort of. Because, like, he did bring Pan, and to be fair, Pan gets a lot more things done here than she did in GT, and she gets a lot more done than Gohan does, or Goham, because I don't want to call him Gohan, he's just that useless.
Gohan is right. But are they going to keep the same pants? Like, I like Goku's Super Saiyan 4 form with the yellow pants. I do not like the blue pants on Vegeta. He looks like an 80s bouncer.
You won't hear any argument from me on that, but, like, I don't know, because, like, literally that was the last issue. In fact, I actually did more digging, because, like I said, because when, He Who Should Not Be Named was with us when we were the Four Giants, I was all like, I don't think Toriyama-san has that much. He still has some sway, but he's not doing the actual writing. And when I did more of a deep dive, it's true. I found that out. It's actually someone else. I forgot the guy's name, but he's the head honcho.
I forgot his name. It was his apprentice who's basically running the show now.
He's not. Toriyama-san basically says, "Okay, here are some suggestions that I have." And then what happens is the new head, who's basically who's doing the Dragonball Super thing now, basically takes those notes, runs with it, then takes the bullet points, gives it to Toei Animation because they were the ones that did the Broly movie, superhero. In fact, Toei Animation owns the Dragon Ball anime. Period. That's why GT. Why GT was a thing.
They also own One Piece. They got two of the best.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay, so break down, people. Here's how it works. Yes, Toei Animation has the Dragon Ball anime and the One Piece anime. In fact, anything shonen related, it's usually in Toei Animation's Bandcamp. They also have One Piece. Shueisha is are the guys behind Dragon Ball, One Piece, and a bunch of other things. Yeah. So essentially, Toei Animation gets the bullet points, or they used to, because Super Heroes or Dragon Ball Heroes or whatever the fuck it's called, that was just them doing their own thing, like they did with GT. And from the looks of it, since they're not going to do the Maro or Granola arc, apparently there's a GT reboot that's coming along, or they might even reboot Dragon Ball altogether.
Okay, first of all, they can't redo GT because GT, they spent too goddamn long with the baby art. The baby art makes no goddamn sense to do all the truffles. Him just chasing them around, them doing little Scooby-Doo shit in hospitals and shit until he actually gets seriously on Earth and take over Bulma and everything. Like, skip all that shit, just go straight to Earth, take over everyone, give us Super Saiyan 4 with the fucking Golden 8 and Baby 8. Baby, like, that's it. I don't want fucking 20 episodes of Goku as a kid. That was the dumbest shit I ever heard of. With Pan and a lame ass trunk.
That's why they had to adult him back up in transformation.
Yeah, in a lame ass trunk. It wasn't even a good trunk. Wasn't the trunks that came from the future. It was the horrible trunks. Goten's out here being a playboy, taking a page from Gohan's book. Like, what the fuck? Wearing purple pants and a white shirt. What the fuck?
Now, I don't know what was going on in the world with that.
They were trying to dress him like the 80s. They straight up were like, it's kind of like Miami Vice, but not in Miami. That's what they were doing.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, like... Okay, so, my 2 cents on rebooting Dragon Ball altogether. Is Dragon Ball... should Dragon Ball reboot it? My answer, yes. I know this seems controversial, but hear me out. First of all, Dragon Ball, OG Dragon Ball is damn near 40 years old. To try to watch that kind of animation from back in the day, that is hard to watch. I mean, like, especially when you go from OG to now, I mean, yeah, that is really hard to watch.
No, because you're saying the reboot it, but his problem is that do you just want to reboot it and be exactly the same and just use the modern techniques to sharp it up? Or the people are going to do what they normally do when they reboot it? Like, let's just not do an actual shot-for-shot reboot. Let's add my own flair. Let's add CGI. Let's add other shit that's going to ruin this.
Well,
like a masterpiece. That's what you're asking.
Here's the catch-22, though, right? Here's the catch-22. Now, the three Kwamis, us three Kwamis grew up with Dragon Ball. Now, I can say it occupies that special place in my heart. See, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, like, if you try to do anything Dragon Ball related, like, not like a straight copy or something like that, anything Dragon Ball, like, the stuff like, no anime, no, in the times we live in now, there is nothing that can get away with what Dragon Ball got away with. I mean, all the plot holes that we've seen, and like if anybody tries to bring it up, we will say the same goddamn thing. We're just like, dude, it's just Dragon Ball. Just roll with it. And if you tried to, like, if anything else these days tried to do that, they would. No, nothing. Like, no one would get away. We would all jump down.
They wouldn't get away with it. But going based off of that, wouldn't that mean a reboot is a bad interest? Because in Dragon Ball, they had a lot of Roshi being this creepy pervert dude, them showing so much panties, her being underage, and a lot of nudity scenes. You can't reboot this if you're not going scene by scene and be like, this is okay.
That's so that's why you're in that catch-22. On one hand, if you try to screw with some of the characters, like with Roshi's pervertedness, even Supreme Kai's, not Supreme Kai, the older Kai's pervertedness, you're just gonna be like, like people will jump down your throat. Yeah, but if
how are you gonna have Marin in there before launch because Roshi was being a pervert for Marin? What about, like, all this other stuff? Like, you can't bring it back if you're going to reboot it and unless you say it's going to be a shot-for-shot remake and just with better technology, as soon as you get away from that and you start picking and choosing what you want to reboot, you can't reboot everything because it's not okay for a lot of material.
And the thing is, you could literally point the hypocrite card at me because I was raging so hard at the RE4 make and what they did to that classic. But here so like that's why I'm actually saying, like, oh, catch-22. I mean, Dragon Ball is prime reboot material because, again, if you try watching it now, that is a hard thing to watch. Like, Shin-Chan can
It's
get
very
away
hard.
with what Shin-Chan is because Shin-Chan is a parody. Like, it's literally a parody of all things anime. Dragon Ball, on the other hand, not so much.
But that's what I'm saying.
And-
Dragon Ball can get away with it if they said it's just going to be a reshot for reshot, purely just updating the animation. You can get away with it because you're saying, like, I'm not creating the content. All I'm doing is re-digitizing it, like how Disney did with their vaults all the time. Whereas, like, it's the movie Bambi, but now it's on HD. It's the same
Yeah.
fucking movie. You just
still
reformat it for the
Bambi.
future. And that's the only way you can get away with it. If you decide to start cutting anything out, now you can't. Now you're in trouble because that means that you are able to cut shit out. That means you should cut out a lot of the dirty shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, because I'll be that first guy to admit it. Like I will be the first. Like, some of that shit is really creepy and really should be cut at the same
Ooh,
time.
yeah. Some of it has aged horribly.
Mm-hmm.
Horribly.
Horribly.
I mean, look at
Very
Mr.
poorly.
Popo. Mr. Popo is still at a
Popo.
realm.
Popo is still. I love Popo, but Popo is a sore spot.
Yeah, no, and I get why. It's the same thing. It's the Jinx paradox. You know what I mean? Like the Pokemon
Yeah.
Jinx. Yeah, I mean, like, it's literally based on folklore. But like, the thing is, like, a lot of people, myself included, will be like, guys, I mean, I know you're basing it on folklore, but can you please, really? That's a tough pill to swallow. And the Pokemon Company, to its credit, we're just all like, you know what? I know it's based on our culture. We get it. You don't like it, so we'll change Jinx's skin tone. And I mean, it's a slap in the face on one hand for that specific culture, but like.
But the thing is, like, if you're gonna do that, you either have to go full in and embrace everything and be like, "This is what we're doing. We know it's bad, but we want to stick to this, and we're gonna go completely accurate." Or once you start cutting everything, you gotta cut everything. That's the problem. And so, like, I would rather them just keep it alone or redo it completely as it was. Keep everything the same, just update the technology, and then hide behind, we didn't change anything, we just updated it. That's the only plays they have. But they're not going to do that. They're going to feel pressure. Just like how they felt pressure that originally Goku wasn't supposed to be the lead anymore. It was supposed to be Gohan after Cell. That's why they did the whole thing. You know? And then that's why we're in this issue. That's why we're in this problem anyway. Because if they would have let Gohan take over after Goku and people didn't whine, we wouldn't have got that lame-ass Saiyaman. We could have just did the Buu Saga. We wouldn't have Super Saiyan 3. We wouldn't have to worry about GT.
Yeah.
We would have been doing this.
We'd have lived a whole different life.
We would have been doing more fusions with Gotenks and then with the Supreme Kai energy unlock potential from Gohan.
Gohan. Fuck him. Anyway.
We could have lived a whole different life. That is a whole nother alternate universe.
And honestly, Pan, I think Pan's a star. I
was more sad they didn't let Pan showcase more and let her have power.
Yeah, she was the only good thing about GT when it first came out. And now they have her on there. Like,
if you two haven't watched the Superheroes movie, I heavily suggest you do, because Pan gets shit done. She gets a lot done. No, she does.
I'd imagine, because that was the thing, is like, she did idolize Goku, so when stuff went down, she's like, no, I can do this. I'm gonna do this.
Well, here's the big difference here. In GT, yes, she idolized Goku. In Superheroes, she doesn't idolize Goku, because Piccolo trained her. Yeah, Piccolo was trained.
but either way.
Okay, well then that's even better.
In all scenarios, Pan was what we always wanted Gohan to be, but Gohan was always a bitch.
Yeah, true.
I'm sorry. I don't. Wow. Okay. Like, I coughed so hard I got dizzy.
But isn't that true? Like, I feel like
facts.
other than Goku, if we're gonna make another hero, now 40 years later, Pan's the woman.
No, I wholeheartedly agree. In fact, I'm just so happy someone else finally said what I've been yelling at for years, Gohan is a bitch, and the way you delivered it, Robert, was so solid gold. So much so, you know what I might do? I think I'm going to take that clip out of you saying Gohan is a bitch and just cut it out and make it its own, like, little short snippet. I'm serious, that delivery.
What the fuck was with Saiyaman? But I'd rather take
like I said, that was from being exposed to Ginyu at young age. He just didn't know how to deal with it.
Hey, don't diss the Ginyu dance.
Okay.
The Ginyu dance is fucking great.
If you are a young child that has been sealed away in your house by your mother to read textbooks all the time, and you suddenly are on another planet, and some giant purple man in spandex has a team of guys dancing in front of you and posing, you don't feel like that's going to affect your life?
Okay, you know
that
what?
That dance is amazing.
He has a lot of points, because what backs that up is when Gohan got to Namek and they start putting on that Saiyan wear, he and Krillin was like, oh, this is the shit. It's so stretchy. It looks good. And then you saw what Gohan was wearing in the Cell games, Piccolo's wardrobe, that shit was fire. The turban, the little shoes, and shit. He was.
It's what everybody wanted in life. We all wanted that costume, and all you got was Goku.
No, you got was Goku.
Gohan at that point was so black at that point, and then he fucked it up by going to high school and doing that Saiyaman shit.
You want to know how awesome the Ginyu dance is? Let me put it to you this way. They would destroy it in Dancing with the Stars. You put them in DDR, they will fuck you up. Like, that's just how awesome the Ginyu dance is.
Oh, okay, but the problem being, that's for Ginyu. Gohan is not Ginyu.
Well, yeah. Gohan is a bitch.
We have Ginyu at home.
Right.
So I don't know why you're trying to promote Gohan doing Ginyu dance when that is clearly discount Instagram Ginyu that he is being.
Right.
Instagram
Ginyu. And the sad thing is that I even like Hercule more than Gohan. Hercule was annoying in the Cell game, but he grew on you in the Buu saga.
Because as a character, he's not a bad character. He's just...
Top that up. Of course you can like him more. Dude, Boo is hanging around with Hercule. Boo thinks Hercule is funner to hang out with than Goham. I mean, hell, I've said this in a previous Slab Lounge. I don't remember which one. But you think Videl loves Gohan? She doesn't love Gohan. She only fucked him so she can get that Super Saiyan money. He has an in with Bulma and like all the Super Saiyan money. If anything happens to Videl, you know, Goten, Trunks, Gohan, possibly Vegeta will be like, no.
Honestly,
well, first of all, Gohan's gonna fail, but Piccolo's gonna step up.
Well, I'm kind of like, is Pan actually Gohan's daughter? I'm thinking Videl had a crush on Goku because when Gohan showed up as the Super Saiyan golden hair boy, she fell in love with that guy and started stalking him. That's
Unfortunately, I will say this: Pan is Goham's daughter because Goham fully acknowledges that he's gonna be a daddy in Battle of the Gods. So I gotta honor that, despite my hatred of Goham. Excuse me, I almost called him Gohan. I will never call him that name. He is Goham forever to me. Any of you fans of Goham, go eat a dick.
Lindsay Gohan. Because he's such a bitch.
Yeah. Oh my god. But yes. Yeah. Anyway.
And he's out here with the Parent Trap. He's trying to trap Piccolo and Chi-Chi.
Goddamn.
But he fucked up because Goku came back on that day pass.
Damn.
Lord.
On a day pass.
On a day pass. That's it.
To be fair, that day pass is pretty strict. You had to drag Baba out.
Right.
That's true.
Day pass pretty strict. Go get Baba.
Is Chi-Chi's father still the Ox King? Does he still rule that mountain, or after it burned? Like, what happened with that?
I don't really know because
I don't know.
Ox
They
King
never
still has
break
money, and he appears, and he clearly buys stuff and finances the family during the whole time that Goku doesn't get money.
Mm-hmm. Which is all the time.
But you never hear him talk about anything he does when he's not there.
Yeah.
So
it makes sense because like,
he could be robbing villages for all we know.
Well, their land and they're making vegetables while Goku's off training. I doubt they're actually turning a profit on that farm. They have a better chance of growing pot.
No, I always knew that Ox King was funding that the house, everything was paid by Ox King. But the fact that through the story he still gives them money made me question, like, do you have a job? Are you a retiree? I mean, can you retiree from being a bandit?
I'm not sure. Like, who's out there, right? Like,
but that's what I mean. Like, that's the biggest mystery. Is like, where is Ox King getting his money? Because no one questions it. No one asks about it.
Where's Roshi getting his money?
He just pays for things, and everybody's cool.
Where
But
does
you
Roshi
know
get
how
his
he
money?
was in the past.
Roshi gets he's on Social Security. He's on Social Security. He's
oh yeah.
Japan doesn't have Social Security.
Wait, what?
Japan doesn't have Social Security.
Japan might not, but not Dragon Ball does. Fuck you. Like, look. Roshi is Roshi. Look, you want to know? Okay, here are the characters that are untouchable in Dragon. First of all, you have the obvious ones: Piccolo, Krillin,
Kamikolo.
Okay, Kamikolo.
Oh, Kamikolo.
Kamikolo.
Vegeta.
Because you got Dende up there with
Vegeta's untouchable because he got in good. He's
the Prince of all Saiyan.
Well, Vegeta's untouchable because we're all waiting for him to get his due honors. Like, we know they're just fucking him over on purpose. Like, you just can't let Vegeta win this one because you need this for the plot. Even though Vegeta should clearly win this moment, you need the plot to happen, so you need Vegeta to lose.
If Vegeta went to Universe 6, he'd be the god of Universe 6.
I'm just like, but if you really look at stories, there's a lot of times that Vegeta shouldn't have the troubles that he has, but plot is the only reason.
Yeah, it's
plot.
Like, you're just like, clearly plot had to make you lose that, because Vegeta, you're better. Like, I've been seeing this. You're better.
Right, because if I'm Vegeta and I'm looking at the Trunks from the future Trunks who came back and sliced up Frieza and King Cold, and now I'm looking at my own Trunks and I'm like, what the fuck happened? Right?
Look, Vegeta has enough issues because with Trunks going through the timeline as much, he never even knows which child's coming back. And then you still gotta look at the one you have.
Yeah.
So you're confused because you're watching like 60 different versions of your child show up. And then you have to be like, which one of these are you going to actually be? Also, continue to meet different versions of you. I do not seem confused that you in the future keeps coming back and seeing me to the point that you can hang out and slightly creep on the childhood version of your my wife in the future.
And you know, if I'm Goten, I'm just feeling like, what the fuck? You had like such a nice Goku haircut, and you fucked it up when you grew older, and you got a Gohan haircut. What the fuck was that?
Dude, it's just so much. Just so much.
GT.
And the purple pants. The purple pants is really fucked me over.
I would have been interested to see him come back rocking ball. I would have loved to. No. And I would have loved if the canonical reason was because Vegeta told him about fucking Nappa.
Mm-hmm.
And he went ball.
Mm-hmm. Didn't Nappa go back in GT for like 2 seconds?
What happened to Marin? Not Marin. What's Krillin's and 18's daughter name?
Yeah, no, it's Marin.
Margot?
Oh, it's Marin.
Okay. Why is she passed? What happened to her destructive beam?
Well, why the hell
destructive death.
Well, no, they have a reason. They have a good reason. Why the hell do they want to train their kid to fight? No, they're probably just all like, no.
Look, she's got enough hardship. She inherited Krillin's lack of nose. All right.
Yes. What was up with that?
She has a disability.
And her mom's part android. Her mom's part.
Yeah, I don't even know how they're explaining that to hospitals. I don't even know.
Like, did she get breastfed?
Alone was probably
Did 18
I know how to
breastfeed
explain
her?
it.
Like,
I
what
know how
happened?
to
Or is
explain
this
it
formula?
right now. I know how to fucking explain it. Okay, so all three of them, right? Like Marin, Krillin, and Lazuli. They're in the hospital. Like so Krillin's all like, "You want my explanation? See my wife? I fucked her." And everybody would be like, "Dude, mad props." You want to know how? And you know what? And you know why I know Lazuli really, 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 really loves fucking Krillin? Here's why. So in the Tournament of Power, right? She gets knocked out. She gets knocked out. She's about to fall. What does Krillin do? Not only he comes outside the ring, catches her, and then the energy blasts him back on the ring. The way she looked at him, she wanted to tear his fucking clothes off and fuck him right there. And I'm like, dude, Krillin, you, my friend, are fucking touchable. Mac Daddy Master, the Krill Master and a half.
She kissed him on that road. And you know, the funny thing is, like, that was such a throwaway wish when Krillin was able to get rid of the bomb in her uterus. Like, everyone's like, hey, everyone else got it in the group. Nope, we got to bring it back. Anything. Oh, okay. Hey, why don't we remove the bomb from 18? So I can fuck her. So I can fuck her. Like, okay.
And then that's the one time the dragon's all like, I'm not going to question anything you say. I'm going to wholeheartedly just grant that wish. But,
and then she straight up left. So did that mean Krillin just stalked her? Like, that's harassment, right?
But I always thought that was interesting too, because there's sometimes you summon Shinron and he's like, I'm actually listening to you. And then there's other times you're talking to him. And he clearly is just like, nah, I don't register anything you're saying. Like, are you talking to me? There's somebody next to you? Are you talking to them? Nah, I didn't hear a wish.
Right.
Like, it's so weird. Purungo was correct, because he only spoke one fucking language, so if you weren't speaking Namekian, you weren't talking to Purungo.
Guys,
that was running up there yelling at Purungo, and he's just like, he's hearing Charlie Brown voices from Frieza.
Dude, guys, here's what's weird. Here's a real weird bit though. Apparently, and I don't know how true this is. Apparently, Piccolo has a crush on Pan's kindergarten teacher, and I'm just all like, wait, what? Okay, so hey, first of all, nice that Piccolo has the jungle fever, but how the hell is that even gonna work? He's got no junk.
He can extend any of his limbs.
Look, we've been over this.
It's about to be a powerful.
Getting the big canonical change that leads to that. Piccolo eats meat now.
That is true. Oh yeah, that is true. That is true. So he could have some.
His life has changed.
Yes, his life. Good on him for having the jungle fever. Like, besides, I would like. Have you seen like Pan's teacher? I absolutely. She is 100% bankable.
And also, Piccolo has his own driver's license. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, he could. Yeah,
true.
He's got
true,
his own house.
Piccolo has
he's got
ID
a phone.
too.
He's got
Piccolo
a
go pick up
license.
Stuff. He can handle business.
And he can turn orange.
I'm not sure. How does Piccolo make money? I know he just lives out in the jungle and shit. But
I assume he's doing some random quest, or he probably has some like money stored away from his evil days.
Mm-hmm. Maybe, because the only other time I ever saw him work was when he was forced to work with Goku because of Chi-Chi.
Yeah.
Because I mean, realistically, he doesn't need to work if he was doing his whole I don't need to do anything but drink water mode, and clearly he can produce his own clothes whenever the fuck he feels like.
That's how he makes his money. That's how he makes his money. People pay him. People pay him. He's literally a walking fashion machine dispenser. All they have to do is just go up to Piccolo, pay him, and then he could use his clothes beam on them, and then boom, that's it. That's all they need to do. That's all. Yeah. That's all.
He
I wouldn't be surprised if that was their job.
Dude, he has good fashion shits. When he dressed up as Junior to get his license, like, he had a better fashion shits than Goku.
For the record, when we were hammering out, I mean, I guess it's never gonna see the. I hope it does see the light of day for complete transparency's sake. when we were doing our when we were hammering out ideas for the Dragon Ball parody, we did have Piccolo just do like have his own fashion store, and it was like I forget what was it, but it was like a Piccolo
or Coolio.
Something like that.
What was that name of the clothing? There was a clothing they called it Coolios or Coolios something. It's similar to Piccolo.
Yeah, it had a play on words, but it did incorporate his name, a pickle of something or something like that. But like I don't know. But either way, yeah, like that's why I'm all like, no, they pay him to just get the clothes beam, to use his clothes, to have him use his clothes beam on them, and boom, that's all. That's it. That's how he gets.
I mean, I would replace Piccolo with Sil with Heidi Klum. I think that makes a better couple.
Nah, Piccolo has let Piccolo have the jungle fever.
Well, you don't think Piccolo's better than Sil for the couple of Heidi Klum and Sil? It's crazy.
Let Piccolo have the jungle fever. Let him have the jungle fever. I mean, like, and besides,
no, well, they still broke up. They can still have. Wait, how can Piccolo have jungle fever? Piccolo's black.
That. Oh wow, yeah, you're absolutely right. Never mind.
Then it's jungle fever for Heidi Klum. Heidi Klum has the jungle fever with Piccolo. That's right.
Yeah.
We got Namek fever. We got Namek fever.
I mean, I guess.
It's true. It's true. I mean, I don't know how the reproductive. But whatever. Hey, did you speaking of Dragon Ball, like it's official. It's not just a mod anymore. Tenkaichi 4 is actually in development. Bandai Namco's doing it. So
is it going to be on the PS5 or the next platform?
In all honesty, they just showed the teaser trailer, and I'm just all like, okay, I mean, cool, I'm happy. I'm hoping it's for current gen consoles, but like in all honesty, I'm pretty sure my laptop won't be able to run it. But then again, like I found out my laptop can kind of run Armored Core 6, so.
Oh.
I don't know. Shit's getting too advanced. They need to give us cheaper.
We're at a point where it's like, oh, you don't have the ability to play this? I'm sorry. Well then, just no game for you.
Yeah, no game for me.
We're kind of at the point where having normal TV's not going to cut it anymore. You're going to need 4K or 8K TVs that they have out there to play anything now.
Here's well, I mean, like, speaking of games in development, it's about fucking time Nintendo's actually remaking Super Mario RPG. Jesus Christ. Been only clamoring for that fucking thing for like 30 years. God damn, it's about time I get to see Genos again.
Genos!
Yeah. God, I just wonder if they're gonna have that Peach XXX Easter egg in there again.
I don't know. I like XX Rumble Roses because they have power dances in it.
No, you know what I'm talking about? Like you could go in Mario RPG, you actually go to like Peach's dressing room or something like that, and you're like, oh, found Peach's XXX.
But here's the thing: that's the problem. It's like. Would you rather have them reboot it and just have everything be the same in this modern technology, or have them add extra features? Because if they add extra features, you know people are gonna get over them that it's 2023 and we can't have that dressing room anymore.
I don't know. Well, I mean, hey, I'm just saying. Well, first of all, it's a reboot. It is being remade, so they're just basically keeping a lot of.
Yeah, it's being remade, but there's a difference between being remade and it's gonna take some of the elements and redo it completely because it's like a new generation, or are we just gonna redo everything that's with better technology? I mean, and which would you rather have?
I'd rather have it be the same, just with current gen graphics. But like, I'm just saying, like, if Nintendo decides to keep that Peach XXX Easter egg, I'll be like, good on you guys, because like that shit was goddamn funny. Besides, it's not the first time Nintendo pulled some like really weird raunchy shit in Mario Galaxy 2. You have those
it all depends on how you view the original. If you view the original game as being really great, it was just missing better graphics and maybe one bug. Of course, you wouldn't want nothing changed. But the problem is nowadays, everyone wants to be like, hey, I know this one was a great masterpiece. Let's go and redo it. You know why GoldenEye
Yeah.
007 is great, and they re-released it on the Switch and it was doing great, but they didn't change the shit about it. They just updated the graphics.
Oh, yeah, no, that's what they're doing with Mario RPG. Like, wait, have either of you played
Okay,
that
that's
game?
why I want to know. Like, that's all they want to do. Like,
Yeah.
I prefer that. I prefer it's a great game and it is updated graphics instead of being like, let's change shit.
Yeah, it's just the
I'm
same bit.
waiting for a Lost Kingdoms to come back. That was originally on the GameCube. It was a great game. And I haven't found another good game like that with a card-based type of game.
What, Beaten Kaido? No, that's coming back.
No, Lost Kingdoms.
Oh, Lost Kingdom? Oh, never mind. Nah, I don't know what you're talking
It
about.
came on the GameCube back when I was like in 6th or 7th grade. I played it. It was great.
I don't think
made-
I played that. I don't think I the only Cube games the Cube games I played were like, Beaten
Mario
Kaido,
Sunshine.
Tales Symphonia, Killer 7, Beautiful Joe, Metroid
You played
Prime.
Mario Sunshine, right?
Huh?
You played Mario Sunshine. It was on the Cube.
Of course I did, yeah. And I still, to this day, don't understand why people were down on it when it first came out. I'm like, fuck
It
you,
was
that game's
great.
great.
I've been
Yeah,
waiting
they
for
were
them
so
to redo
judgy
it on the
about it.
Switch.
It was
I was so judgy about Flood. Like, the only criticism they had any ground to stand on was Bowser when he was, like, talking like he's from Brooklyn or some shit.
No, okay. How the fuck are you not gonna redo a Mario Sunshine game on the Switch, but keep fucking pumping out Luigi's Mansions?
Well, for the record, well, to be
Sunshine
fair, if I ruffle your feathers a bit, I straight up apologize, because, like, yes, Mario Sunshine was one of the I still think Odyssey's better than Sunshine. So for me, the hierarchy's like this: Sunshine, not Sunshine. Mario Odyssey's first, then Mario Sunshine, because Sunshine used to take this top spot. Mario 64, then Galaxy. It was like Galaxy. I mean, it was fun, but it wasn't like I'd never replayed it as much as I did.
No,
like,
I like Odyssey. I like Odyssey and stuff. I'm just saying, like, if they were gonna make a Luigi's Mansion using the same doctor who gave you the front technology of Sunshine, how come they haven't made a new Sunshine game for the Switch? That's what I'm fucking saying.
Oh God, I don't know, man. I mean, I would love it if Mario revisited Delfino. Oh my God, I loved every second of Mario Sunshine.
That'd be great. They could be like 10 years later in the future. What happened after Delfino? Like, that's a great fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's
They
so
could
weird.
put
Yeah, that
Luigi
is
in it.
strange. They
They
could
could put Luigi
have. They
They
could
could
have
put
included
Luigi
it.
Sunshine. I
Yeah.
would love that. Luigi Sunshine. He came back to the island 10 years or 15 years after his brother Mario, and he has to fix shit.
I
I
wish,
would love that.
yeah, I just wish they actually included the Delfino Kingdom in Odyssey. I would have loved to come back to Delfino Plaza. I loved the fuck out of that game. God, Mario Sunshine was great.
The characters there were so great.
Yeah, yeah.
I love the characters.
God, the gameplay was fantastic. I could go on and on about how I hated that pachinko machine level, but when I finally beat it, my dick was 10 feet long, and
It was Paul Bunyan.
you fucking know it. I could beat Paul Bunyan to death with my dick. That's how high, that's how long it was when I finally beat that goddamn pachinko machine. It's not even that. That wasn't even the hardest stage. The secret one on that one lone island that you had to take Yoshi on. Yoshi
was
guide
there.
that leaf, yeah. And you can only collide with it 3 times before you go into the water. But the water was like instant death. Oh,
Dude, it was great.
yeah.
So many late nights.
What really pissed me off though, when I was watching a speed run, you could literally walk on the far right side all the way to the end, and I'm just all like, I hate you. I wish I knew about that, but my God, Mario Sunshine, you
That
bastard.
was the funny part. You have your friends over, and you're just over here getting stuck on island death, water shit. You're just up all night eating pizza, drinking,
Yeah.
doing Mario Sunshine. That was fun.
Yeah. That and oh man, you think? How about you know what? No, because we're coming close to time, and I gotta go to the bathroom. Something fierce, so I gotta end it.
I declare.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into the Slab Lounge. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been the Three Kwamis. You take care, and later on.